Welcome back to Sports Card Indoctrination. I'm Bryce. This is Daniel. We have an amazing haul of football cards. We got this giant stack, multiple stacks of football cards off of Facebook Marketplace. So we want to talk to you about what we got and tell you that if you're doing what we're doing with sports cards, Facebook Marketplace is an amazing place to get cards. So we found this set of cards that was being sold. All of these cards that you see here was only $35. Now, the catch is that if you buy something like this Optic football pack and you were to go, say, to Target or Walmart or Amazon, which we got this pack at Target, this pack would cost you about $34. So about the same price as everything we got. But, and it only has 24 cards in it. But you do have the chance of getting some special cards that could be really valuable. And that's what a lot of people do is they'll go through and they'll open these packs. And then what they'll end up with is just all of the base cards. But guess what? For most of us, that's kind of fun to have all these base cards. The reason that we're doing this with Daniel is because we want to introduce him to sports cards and to our favorite players. And we want to be able to pull these cards out during football season and talk to him about the players and the teams. So if that's what you want to do, you could either go buy a bunch of boxes at somewhere like Target, or you could look around on Facebook or at a garage sale or a flea market or somewhere like that and maybe find a bunch of these base cards that are open. And look, they're not very valuable. They're really not worth much of anything if you were trying to resell them. Again, look how many we got. But if you want to play with them and maybe you're worried that, hey, your kid's going to ding it up and they might destroy a valuable card, well, you're not worried because these are all the cards we play with. But that's why we got into this in the first place, because Renee and I, when we were kids, your mom and I, when we were kids, we collected cards like this. And we had all our favorite players and we'd pull them out and we'd look at them and it was so wonderful. So we want to talk to you a little bit about what we got. So I've got them all kind of organized into stacks from what kinds of, what brands or labels they are. I think, we have a bunch of Tops and we have a bunch of Panini. So the first thing we'll do, Daniel here has, you want to show him what you got, Daniel? Daniel has got a Panini Prism Thurman Thomas Hall of Famer. We are going to do a separate little short video someday about Thurman Thomas because Thurman Thomas played football at Oklahoma State, where I was a kid and where my parents went to school. So I was a Thurman Thomas fan before he was drafted by Buffalo and before he went on to be a Hall of Famer. Again, this is awesome to be able to show your kids this kind of stuff with cards. So we got a whole bunch here of the Panini Prism. That's where the Thurman Thomas came out of. But like we've got a really cool John Elway. We've got a Troy Polamalu, which is really neat to be able to get some of these older cards. But we do have some modern stuff in here. We've got a Jalen Waddle. So some neat stuff out of Panini Prism. I like those, how nice and shiny they are. Daniel probably really likes that. We've got a few of the, I believe this is the Rookies and Stars set. I will say this is not really my favorite set, but it's kind of cool. We've got a Kirk Cousins. If you've been watching the Netflix series Quarterbacks, Kirk Cousins with the Atlanta Falcons. Let's move on to the next set, Daniel. Here, I'm going to give you, the next group we have is the Donruss Football. And here we've got Joe Alt, who was an incredible offensive lineman, rookie, that the San Diego Chargers have got. And here we got some more quarterbacks. We got a Josh Allen. We got a Matthew Stafford. We got a Derrick Henry. So a lot of the plain base Donruss football cards. Not as big a fan of the plain Donruss. They're fine. I guess I need to look and see how expensive those are versus the Donruss Optic. I am a huge fan of the Donruss Optic, but they're obviously a lot harder to get. You're gonna keep holding on to Joe Alt. we're going to talk about Donruss Optic, which looks pretty similar, except for the fact that it's much more of a chrome, shiny type card and kind of has a bit of a 3D effect. Again, we got a Kirk Cousins and a Jared Goff. So more of the folks off the quarterbacks show. Also a cool Fred Warner. But look, so all of this, again, all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks of Optic football. All kinds of fun things. We're gonna sort them out by teams, and we're gonna sort them out by players, and we're gonna just have all the people to talk about all season long while everybody's playing. Yeah. Let's see. You want to trade? I can give you next. We've got Saquon Barkley. This is out of the Panini Phoenix set. Saquon, Super Bowl champion. We're not that happy because we're Cowboys fans, but Saquon is pretty amazing. First playing for the Giants and then the Eagles, and just winning a Super Bowl with the Eagles. So we're definitely going to have to educate you about Saquon. We got some more quarterbacks here. We got a Lamar Jackson. We've got Tua. Look, it's Tua. That is your cousin, one of your cousin Weston's favorite players, because he lives in Miami. Shout out to cousin Weston. Again, I'm not sure that I'm the biggest fan of the Phoenix set. I like that it's kind of chrome and all that, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of busy. So that's those are the ones that we got that are the Paninis. Then we got quite a bit of tops. So these are unlicensed. So part of the reason, honestly, we bought this set was a little while ago, we had opened some football cards with our cousin James, and he had opened a bunch of these Topps Resurgence. And we really liked the Topps Resurgence, particularly the fact that they had a bunch of older players like Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach, Emmitt Smith, all our Cowboys. And we were about to go buy a box of Topps Resurgence, which again would have cost us at least $30 to buy. And then we saw this, and we're like, well, hey, we're going to get a whole bunch of the Topps Resurgence. So all kinds of Topps Resurgence we've got here. And then what we've got the most of, here, you want to hold on to this Topps Resurgence? I forgot to tell people, that is Steve Largent. Steve Largent, for the longest time, held the record for the most receptions in NFL history. A really awesome player for the Seattle Seahawks, Steve Largent. Well, what this box had the most of was this Topps Cosmic. So here we've got a couple of older guys, Barry Sanders and Donovan McNabb. They're also really cool. Look at these, Daniel. Look, Barry Sanders, another running back from Oklahoma State. He won the Heisman, and he played for the Lions. So we got a whole bunch of the Topps Cosmic, which is also, again, really cool and kind of chrome. In my mind, I like the fact, again, that it's chrome. I like the fact that it is more of drawings of the players, which I think is really cool. But it's just the backgrounds are just really, really busy. Anyway, but really, really fun. And again, I mean, I'm sure that whoever opened these packs, they were chasing some of the big cards. So we didn't in this set. We didn't get any of the real famous rookies or any of the parallels, and certainly no autographs or anything like that. But for our purposes, for being able to share all of this stuff with Daniel and be able to tell him all about football, what a great deal. What a great thing to do. We actually got another box from the same guy off Facebook, and it's also a really cool box, and we're going to do another video about that very shortly.